Hello, my darling Aquarius. Thank you very much for tuning into your June reading with me, Lorien, for 2016. Thank you very much for coming and having a look at this video. For those of you who are already subscribed, thank you very much for coming back. And for those of you who are new, hello, welcome, and I hope you see something in this reading that resonates with you. Now, to my returning subscribers, I'm ever so sorry that this has taken so long to get to you. Since doing the other readings maybe a few weeks ago, every single time I've sat down to do these readings, my laptop has just refused to work, and it's taken about 40 minutes for it to load or something like that, and you know, I can't afford to get a new one, so it's been a patient time, just waiting to see whether it would do anything. And finally today it appears it wants to do something, so fingers crossed we'll be able to get you your wonderful reading through. So just to recap on what we've got here, we've got the Gilded Tarot, which, as many of you may know, is the first deck that I ever used, and this is Nature's Whispers Oracle deck, which is giving you the Oracle card for the month. Just to touch upon the astrology in June for you, we all know that there's a solstice happening on the 20th, which is an incredible day. So you're going to feel this, I think, heading around your love life, really, until the summer solstice. I think love will be about fun and games. Nothing too serious about it, but afterwards I think love becomes a bit more practical. Emotional intimacy will be important, but love is about service to the beloved. So this is how you show it, this is how you feel loved. And I think Venus, because she's having one of her solstices this month, pretty much when the sun has that one, there's a pause in the family life and family situations. You may want a change of direction, but I do feel that, you know, your writing, your intellectual interests, you know, you may have a little bit of a pause to see where you want to go. From then on, you may decide a change of direction is best for you. Let's see what the cards have to say about that, though, because they may disagree, but that's what the astrology seems to put through for you. Now, if you is more of a personal reading, as this is general guidance, if it's more of a personal guidance reading that you're looking for, you can buy any reading available on my website by the link below. Email, audio, Skype and video readings. You've got spirit guide readings, astrology too, if that's more your bag. Oh, hello. Oh, no, they weren't for you. Even as I was leaning down to get them, they were like, no, that's not for them. Okay, and this is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising signs. If you have any questions as to, you know, how do I figure out what my sun, moon or rising sign is, go to astro.com. They have a way that you can input your data of your date of birth and see the natal chart for all the information about what your astrology is. Okay, very good. Oh wow, very good month, very good month. Let's put these up here. If you're wondering what the backdrop is, it's my hippie trousers from the hippie market in Ibiza. I recommend anybody to go. It's an absolutely lovely place. Oh, you seem to want to come out. And you seem to want to come out too. Ah, okay. Yeah, this pretty much makes sense. Okay. Eep, eep. Alright. So you've got 7 of Pentacles, you've got the 10 of Cups, you've got Strength, and you've also got 3 of Swords. And in addition to this, you've got Love Matters and the Big Picture. So as I was saying, and you know, a little bit before with astrology, love will matter this month. You know, you may be a little bit free in the first half of the month. You may feel a little bit more like you can have a license to play. I mean, it may be a childlike energy that you've got when it comes to certain things. You know, for instance, you may have this kind of freedom within the relationship, but then it changes gears and you want to show them more love. Similarly, you may start to enjoy single life if you're unattached, and then you may actually find after the solstice that you want to settle down or you want to prepare again for a love partner. I think this is all to do with the big picture because we've got this here for you. And this is basically to tell you that you are going to change direction, I believe, because you get a little bit different perspective, and something else that's there for you may come into being, to be honest. It seems like there could be some strong effects around, you know, seeing what you want as a whole. Like, what do you want out of love as a whole? What do you want out of your intellectual pursuits as a whole? Even if you're retired or you're thinking about retiring, you know, what would be your ideal, you know, area in that? I think this is because we are now coming to the harvest in June, and June being the midway point of the year, I think you may be looking back now on what you've achieved over the first half of the year. Some of you may be great results, others maybe you feel like you've stalled a little bit. But this is now the time to look back on what you have done in order to move forwards and claim, you know, well, that was a waste of time, I won't be doing that again. Just taking stock as to what is actually on the cards for you, what you want out of life, and seeing if you can get emotional fulfillment from the path that you're on already. And I think, judging from the Ten of Cups, as soon as you've made the decision as to which way to go, you may find more emotional enjoyment out of different pursuits, different ideals, different people. I think you may be content, some of you, to say, actually, where I am right now is good. I'm not too bad where I am. And just be kind of saying, okay, well, I'll work on that. And, you know, for instance, it could be, oh, I hate this house, I hate this house. Well, why do you hate the house? You know, is it to do with the neighbours? Because if it's to do with the neighbours, it's not your house's fault. Love the house that you're in if you can. Take care of it, nurture the things where it is, because it's always up to humans to make the house a home, okay? So maybe focus a little bit on that. Similarly, I feel as though some of you Aquarians may be disconnected from where you live, or may not have a central place, or you may be travelling so much that you don't actually connect with your home. So maybe try and do a little bit more, you know, home-based stuff. We have the Strength here. This could mean Leo's coming in to help you with some certain things. I think for a fair few of you, maybe 30% of you, will have a Leo coming in to help you with whatever's going on here. But for the most part, I do get the feeling that there's just a strong... I'm trying to put this into words because all I can see is like a whirlpool in the sky with stars. And you may feel a little bit dizzy with some of this kind of cosmic stuff that's going on in the third week of June. You know, it's like, I don't know what's going on. Everything's going into solstice. So don't worry if you feel a little bit like you can't put a feeling on it or a word on it to describe, you know, what this is. You may be just kind of going into a different sort of realignment and looking at something a little bit differently, which will help you on the road to achievement. And that's what they just said very strongly. This is going to help you on the road to achievement. Something else that's really catching my eye here about this Three of Swords is the Sun in the middle. I hope you can see that. And it's almost like after the solstice, you may feel drained because of this dizziness. But I also get the impression from here that you have something that you need to attend to health-wise. This card always came up when I was going to have a flare-up of my old condition. And fingers crossed it has not happened since. But it just seems like there is something that you need to be in development with and taking care of. This could be mentally, physically, or emotionally. It doesn't, you know, health-wise, you know, mental health, physical health, emotional health. Pay attention to the red flags when it comes to this towards the end of the month, because I would like you to enjoy July. I would like you to go into July feeling fresh. And I think also it's pointing towards unnecessary situations. Somebody may be trying to stick their oar in or their opinion in where it's not wanted. And it's up to you, to kind of get your bearings, and maybe a little bit of strength from this card to say, actually, I don't agree with that, and kind of patting them away. Because it could be somebody's opinion about your love relationship or the way you're handling your relationships. You know, if you're free and single and you want to go on lots of dates and somebody looks down their nose at that, that's your cue then to go, I don't need that sort of kind of negativity, and kind of push it out of your life. Because love matters. Look at this card, it's gorgeous. Love matters this month. But I think it's more about loving what you do, loving who you are, and loving the people around you. But definitely the first two. Love who you are and love, you know, yourself, basically. Love what you do. I think this is very key for personal fulfillment, really. And they're giving me a strong colour of like an indigo-y type, well, I suppose like a violet type thing, which is coming through really strongly for you and suggesting to me that this is a lot of psychic energy coming in for you Aquarians to use. Try and harness it if you can, because this is going to really help you on the road for the next, I would say next year. But kind of anchor it now, kind of, you know, weight it down now. As always, this is a general reading. I'm picking up on energies which may be there to help you or to hinder you, such as that card there. But please, if you would like a personal reading from myself, go to the link below. Even if you want just to ask a question about anything, my email address is also below. To those of you who support me on Patreon, thank you very much, and who've donated, thank you so much for that as well. Hopefully I should be getting a new deck of cards soon. I kind of feel like it's overdue, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And for those of you who follow me on Twitter and on Facebook, thank you so much for that as well. That's all from me for the moment, but I'm really looking forward to see what comes for you in July. Let me know how June goes, and in the meantime, my dear Aquariuses, take care of yourselves.